this video, I'll be going through my shoulder workout. Before the video starts, I want to say I am not a personal trainer. All the movements that I do in this video worked for me in the 1 year that I've been working out for. Everybody has different movements. Some movements that might work for me might not work for you. I recommend if you're a gym beginner that you try out every single movement to see which movement fits you the best, which movement gives you the less pain and actually the most gains. Before we get into the workout, I recommend to warm up. For your warm up, you don't have to go too high up on weight. And on your warm up, you really want to focus on the slow and controlled motion and control the weight going down and control it going up. Don't just swing it up. Don't swing your whole body. With these, you want the dumbbells by your side, and you could either do either or. So for some people, it helps better if they go straight forward with the dumbbell. It might target your shoulder a little bit better. With this, you want to focus on the front part of your shoulder and make sure you control it slow, nice. Control it on the way down. Squeeze at the top. Remember, it's just a warm up. You don't have to go crazy. And I really do recommend warming up because warming up prevents you from injuries. It also helps you with getting more gains. The other way you could do this movement is if you have the grip like this. Now this grip might also hit your shoulder more. It all depends on what works better for you, what gives you the less pain, and what gives you the most gains. So I recommend trying both grips, both angles on your hand, and finding out which one feels the best. Okay, after you warmed up your front delt, make sure you warm up your side delt because we will also be hitting side delts today. So with side delts, you want to keep the dumbbell to your side and you're not really pulling, and you don't really want to pull straight to the side. It's almost an angle. Bend your arm at your elbow and have a little angle. Have a little angle. And I recommend doing one arm at a time, just so you could really get the mind to muscle connection. Perfect. And then you could go up on weight. So for the side laterals, this is the back angle of how my arm is. As you can see, you could see the slant, the angle on my elbow. And you could also see my hand is lower than the elbow. Make sure your hand is lower than the elbow. It goes underneath. And for shoulders, you got to remember, for shoulders, it's not a big muscle group, so you don't need to go heavy on weight. Don't ego lift especially on shoulders, because with shoulders you could go lightweight and keep it slow and controlled, and you still get a burn. No, you will get way more of a burn if you go slow and controlled than heavy weight. So I recommend keep it low weight and keep it controlled all the way down and all the way up. Don't swing your body when you go all the way up, and that will give you an insane pump, insane gains, and an insane burn. You would definitely feel it that way much more than heavy weight. Okay, for the first movement, I will be doing dumbbell front lateral raises. For the entire shoulder workout, there will be 3 movements, and every workout I do 6 sets in total for every muscle group. So there being 3 movements, I will be doing 2 sets for every movement and failure every time. For the first set, you want to choose a weight that gets you to failure around 12 reps. For the second set, make sure to up the weight and pick a weight that takes you to failure around 8 reps. Make sure you do this every single movement and progress overload every week. For shoulder workouts, you could either do it sitting down or standing up, but I recommend sitting down. Sitting down shoulder workouts lets you focus more on your shoulders rather than your legs or your back. So I recommend doing shoulder workouts sitting down, but I also recommend trying it standing up and seeing which one fits better with you. All right, man, this is my first working set. I'm gonna start off with front lateral raises. It's gonna be a simple workout, man. I'm gonna be doing 3 movements today. 2 working sets. 2 working sets for every movement. I'll be starting off weight that takes me to failure around like 12. Up the weight, take me to failure around 8. Let's get it, boys. Let's have a good shoulder workout. Let's fucking destroy these shoulders, man. Let's get it, man. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's getting hot, boys. I don't know how the fuck it's winter arc and it's goddamn hot. All right, let's go to the next set, boys. My second favorite movement for shoulders has to be side lateral raises. I love these side lateral raises. These side lateral raises widen my shoulders. They widen my top frame in general. For this movement, I will be doing 2 sets to absolute failure. Keep in mind, for the first set, you want an amount of weight that takes you to failure around 12 reps. Now, for the second set, you want an amount of weight that takes you to failure around 8 reps. On this movement, you want to lean a little bit forward. Make sure your back is straight, but on a 70 degree. And really just focus on the contraction on the way down and on the way up. I recommend starting off doing one-handed and really mastering the mind to muscle connection first and the form in general, and then going up on weight and swinging it if you want to swing it. With these, you could go pretty high up on weight, but just make sure your form is correct and your mind to muscle connection is correct. Also, keep in mind, for shoulders, you do not have to go high up on weight, so do not worry about the weight. Really just worry about the form, contraction, and how slow and controlled you bring it down. All right, man, this is my first working set for side lateral raises. Let's get it, man. Let's put the fucking work in, man. For this one, I'm not gonna put a drop set. I mean, for the last set, I will be, but not for this set. But for right now, man, let's get it, man. Let's keep this shit slow, controlled. Let's get it, boys. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've always done shoulder workouts one-handed, like one arm at a time, because it lets me focus more on my on the actual muscle, right? It lets me focus more on it. And today was like the first time I just did it right now. Both arms for the first time. Obviously, I'm much weaker like that since I don't do it that way. But bro, I don't think I'm gonna continue to do it that way. I just don't see why. Like, if I do it one arm, it's gonna take more time. I get that, but but it just lets me focus more on it, so it gives me a better contraction, and I could do more weight since I'm focusing it just on this arm specifically. And also, when I'm going to failure, I just grip on the bench with my other arm and rep out the other ones with just a little bit of swing of my body, which is pretty much the same thing as if I would do partials, since it's like my body's doing a little bit of the momentum, but I'm still pulling it a little bit, so that would be technically doing the partials. Same thing as well, because if I was doing partials, I wouldn't even be going that high up to like get that much. Just that little movement, just making it go that high up. So it's really the same thing, but it's just higher weight, and you could go to more to failure, I feel like, because you get this grip on the bench that gives you more of a balance of stability. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna forever continue doing one arm shoulder workouts. That shit works great for me, works perfect for me. But yeah, let's get to the other set. Okay, my third favorite movement for dumbbell shoulder workouts has to be overhead press. Now with overhead press, I do recommend going up on weight quite a bit on this one. But of course, you do have to start off learning your form first and getting the mind to muscle connection perfect. I really do recommend doing that first. It will help you with no injuries, and it will just get you a better pump and just gains overall if you have a mind to muscle connection. Very, very good. Okay, the form for overhead press, you want to make sure your toes, you want to make sure you're on your tippy toes, and make sure your back is touching the seat, but not your lower back. Have the arch on your lower back. Make sure that your back is touching the seat. Shoulders have to be rolled backwards. Make sure you roll them backwards. To do that, push your shoulders back, connect your back muscles together, and then push them down. And then that's when you recline backwards, and your shoulders will be pushed down, and it will just be boom, 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 boom. Okay. So remember, toes on tippy toes, shoulders back, push down. And then first, I recommend just making sure your mind to muscle connection is super good. So I really recommend to begin doing it one arm at a time first, just so you could get the mind to muscle connection going on, and then go up on weight. But this is the last movement, boys. This is my last movement. I thank y'all boys for watching today's shoulder workout. Remember that some of these workouts might not work for you, but this is what worked for me in my 1 year of working out. I do have multiple shoulder workout routines. If you guys want to see different ones with different movements and a different routine, like in general, just for specific reasons. Some days I like pre-exhausting my shoulders, and then going into a movement right after that doesn't require heavy weight, and just go for the burn, just for the burn itself. So I really have different type of movements and routines for specific reasons, and depending on how I feel that day. But this was it for the shoulder workout, man. We're gonna finish it off strong. Yeah, thank y'all boys so much for watching. All right, man, this is gonna be my last working set, last movement, last everything, boys. Fucking well. One more thing before I end off the video, always remember recovery and your diet is the most important thing to really get gains. Make sure you're intaking the amount of protein you need to intake, It's 1 gram per body weight. And make sure you recover. Protein, carbs, creatine, sleep. Recover, recover, recover. Because the more you recover, the faster you get gains. The faster you recover, the more you can keep hitting the muscle. More gains, it adds up all together. So recover and diet. You don't have to eat salads, you don't have to eat healthy or whatever. Just hit your macros, hit your amount of calories you have to hit and the amount of protein you have to hit. Don't worry too much about carbs and fat because that will come in the meals you eat either way, a good amount. So remember recovery and diet. That's it for today, boys. God bless.